Yeah, he's saying go, go, go. Welcome back to the Acoustic Shop channel. I am John. Hey guys, it is New Guitar Thursday. Cannonball!
Are live. live. I think that they can hear us. I can hear us. So therefore, they should be able to hear us.
They can hear you? They can hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you right now,
Oh, man, you might
Corey.
want to turn me off. Who knows what I'm going to say next.
Really?
Hello, everybody. This is Corey. This is not John.
No John today, yes.
Yeah, John is not here today. He is moving houses.
We can explain, guys.
Yeah. He's moving houses, and I'm sure he's right in the thick of it right now. So it'll be me today.
Yes.
So hopefully I can answer some of your questions and we can talk about some really cool stuff. Hinckley's here today with me too.
It's me as well, because we can also explain that Jason and Jeremy, the brothers three, are all collectively moving John's house from one location to the next. So
yeah.
That's where they all are.
Who knows if they'll ever come back? I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, it might just be us now.
Yeah,
but
may just be.
Yeah. So it's New Guitar Thursday. This is Corey's version of New Guitar Thursday, and we do have a new guitar here. Of course, if you have any questions at all, please let Hinckley know. And she's following the chat, so she'll let me know if there's anything that you guys want to ask.
Vince said, "Why, John? You've lost weight." So there's that. Okay, hello, Vince.
Come on. Well, thank you, Vince, I guess, for me, but not for John.
All right, I'm going to, real quick,
if
you don't mind, so I'm going to go ahead and read off some of these places that people are watching from. I want to remind all the people, please tell us where you're watching from. Please like this video. Whenever you like this video, it then gets pushed to other folks that like acoustic music, and we want those people to also watch our videos just because that's nice, and then we get bigger, and then we can make cooler videos. That's the idea. And so please do that.
You guys have been making some really cool videos lately.
I feel like that as well.
Filming some really cool stuff.
It's been fun, yeah.
So stay tuned to that, of course, as well.
That's all I wanted to say real quick.
Where are people watching from?
And then people, that's the next thing. Mike Hughes was the first one in this chat. He said, hello, guys, from Middleton, Virginia. Hello. Donald Curtis, Springfield, Missouri resident, is watching. Shovel said, howdy, amigos. And if I remember correctly, they watch from Oklahoma City. They didn't tell us this time, but I do believe that's correct. Jeff Simpson said hello from Fordland. Let's see. We got a lot of folks saying things.
Isn't there usually a fellow from Ireland who watches us? That's really cool.
Yes.
I've always wanted to
Ireland.
go there.
I don't know if he's been on for a second, though. Martin says, hello to you howdy folks. I said hello to you folks accidentally. Yeah. Howdy folks from Ida, Michigan. Cool. Well, welcome in, everybody.
Yeah, welcome in. We're going to talk about some cool stuff. May get some of the other guys on here, too, to talk about some cool stuff. But for now, unless there's any questions yet, Hinckley, I'm going to check out this brand new Alvarez guitar that we just got in here.
Very exciting.
Very exciting.
Is Cody our rep, or is he just a representative?
Yeah,
okay,
Cody's our rep from St. Louis Music, and he brought this by today with some donuts.
Yes, he had donuts as well. Except he told us, hey, don't let Corey have any of these donuts though. But Corey took one anyway.
I did.
So sorry about that.
My goodness, look at this.
Oh wow.
So this is a all mahogany guitar from Alvarez. This is the FYM 66 HD. Now this is going to be one of their high-end Yairis. This, of course, has their Yairi kind of bridge set up here, which is super cool. Quite the break angle on those strings. We got all mahogany. Now I believe that this is going to be part of their kind of old growth mahogany that they use for these guitars. They were telling us about that recently. Telling us about how they have this huge stockpile of this really, really old Honduran mahogany that they've been using, and I bet this guitar sounds awesome. So
I bet it does. You should play it for the folks.
I will.
Do your thing.
Closed gear, Godo 510 tuners. Yeah. Awesome. I'm looking forward to trying this. Hey, it's in tune.
Vince says, love the color. I agree. This color looks really beautiful.
one thing I can never seem to get over with these Alvarez's is they sound fantastic. But like this has such a warm and balanced all mahogany guitar. The neck feels amazing. They do this kind of like a slight V. I mean, you probably can't see this on the camera, but it's like a modified V kind of. It doesn't actually come to a point really. It's more, but you can kind of feel it there.
Is there a clear pick guard on that one as well?
There is, yeah. And this is really interesting to me.
Very cool.
What they do with these is they actually will finish over the pick guard. So the pick guard is a part of the guitar, really. And it kind of has like this seamless transition into the pick guard, which I think actually looks beautiful. With the abalone rosette. Yeah, this is a wonderful guitar.
And then Bulldogger Jamie asks, how's the angle with the string changing? Do you guys know yet? Have you guys changed the strings on these?
I've not changed one yet.
Do the pins tend to launch more is the question. It's a solid question. I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, I would assume it would be very similar to any other guitar I would string up. I would just have to make sure that the ball end is seated properly up against the top of that bridge plate that's underneath there, and make sure everything's good there. But yeah, it's there's definitely something to be said about the break angle of a guitar and how that then vibrates and resonates to the rest of the guitar. I haven't done as much of my homework on this yet, so I need to look up as to why they implemented this design, exactly what's going on with that. But I actually think it's really cool, and I'm going to have to learn a little bit more about it.
Heck yeah! What would you compare that guitar to in your repertoire of guitar knowledge?
Yeah.
Guitar tone knowledge.
Well, it's tough to say. I mean, it's an all mahogany guitar, so you kind of have that warmth and that mid range that you would expect from that. And because of that, I think it kind of has its own voicing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of those what were they? The Guild M20s. But those aren't finished either. Those are not a gloss finish.
That's true.
At least the ones that we had. Then, I mean, there's a lot of kind of particular or proprietary things that Alvarez is doing here as well. Of course, with the bridge setup and the finished over pick guard, clear pick guard. But the feel and fit and finish of this is fantastic. The guitar looks amazing. That's always one of the first things I look at is fit and finish, and just the overall appearance, I guess, as well as the way it feels. One thing I've come away with after playing these Alvarez's that we've been getting in the shop is how fantastic they feel to play. I really love this neck. Really, really feels great to play. It kind of reminds me of maybe not exactly like a Martin neck, but it kind of reminds me of that type of feel and gripability, if that's a word, I don't know.
So real quick, Donald Curtis is asking, would you personally buy an all mahogany guitar?
Would I?
Would you
That's
see
an interesting
yourself
question.
buying one?
So when I think of all mahogany guitars and what kind of space that occupies in music, I tend to think of folk forward or Americana forward type of music. I tend to think of that kind of strumming. That kind of strumming type of guitar. I don't know if I'm as much of that type of musician as I am maybe more of a little bit of a bluegrass forward player. So there's a difference there. This would be a great kind of light strummer guitar who wants lots of presence and warmth and mid-range and that woodiness, that really woody tone. I think that's the type of guitar this is for. Maybe not the first guitar I would choose to go after myself, but I could definitely see a space where this could occupy for me. I actually don't have an OM right now, so an Alvarez OM would be really interesting for me, I think.
Is this Corey's guitar? A couple more things also.
That sounds great, though.
So Shovels asked, did I miss the scale length? I just went to go look up the scale length to be sure. It is a 25-inch scale length. And then as well as this is actually this is Honduran mahogany, just so you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we said that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yep, Honduran mahogany, and absolutely like a woody sounding guitar. That's what this sounds like. It is very, like you can hear the wood, if that makes any sense.
I feel like I know what you're saying.
And warmth and woodiness and mid-range, really, yeah, this would be an excellent guitar for someone who's playing folk music or Americana stuff.
Richard from France is asking, does this guitar have a pickup in it? What's the verdict?
It does not. No, not yet anyway. I guess whoever wants this guy, we can put a pickup in it for you.
I want to say also, obviously this could be completely and entirely wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can order Alvarez models with pickups, like the Yairi series, because we do have some of the Masterworks also with pickups.
Most of the Alvarez guitars we've been getting, I believe, have been coming with the hi-fis, which, if you're not familiar with LR Bag's new hi-fi system, it's essentially a active transducer-based pickup. So I believe instead of like the K&K where they do the 3 transducers that are kind of placed equidistant from one another, they do 2 that are active. So you do have a kind of volume and tone knob in it, and then of course a 9-volt battery on the inside. The guitars that I've played that have had the hi-fis have been really good and reminiscent of the K&K pickup, I think.
So this is a couple of good comments. I'll read the not silly one first. Martin said, JP Cormier did a review of this guitar and went into detail about the wood and the bridge. It's a good watch. So you should watch that.
I'll check it out,
JP Cormier is amazing. By the way, if you guys don't know, if you weren't able to watch our last New Guitar Thursday, it was super cool that we got to have him on, and he talked a bit about his newest model with Alvarez. So that's extremely cool, and we could actually take a couple of pre-orders as well on that model. And then the silly question is from Bulldogger asking, Corey, would you say, is this more of a Lady Gaga guitar or a Katy Perry guitar? He's referencing your recent covers.
Let me see. You think you're pretty without any makeup on. Yeah, this is more of a Lady Gaga guitar. I can tell.
Great.
Yeah, immediately.
Did you want to get a
3 notes in. I know exactly what it
you
is.
Grab that one.
Question
that we've all been
I'm
wanting
blown away by like the balance of these Alvarez's because like this has so much depth to it and warmth and body and
heck yeah.
I don't know, just really I mean I've never personally gotten too far down into the weeds of all mahogany guitars, but this would definitely be the type of all mahogany guitar I would take a look at for sure, because this is wonderful.
And then next, John Hicks is asking, do we have a price on the mahogany? Yes, we do. It is
nice case too.
$29.99. Yes.
I really like Alvarez's cases as well. These are nice.
$29.99. Kyle Bell is asking, hey Corey, what's your favorite mahogany dread? $5,000 range.
Oh boy.
Lot to pick from.
There are a lot to pick from.
Actually.
So when it comes to my styles of guitars, if people are curious about what I like, I've owned some different guitars over the years, some Rosewoods and stuff, but I really tend to lean towards mahogany guitars, back and sides, that is.
So this is a Corey question.
It is a Corey question.
He's a mahogany dread boy.
So, if I were to come in here and if someone came into our shop and I was pointing them towards something that is Corey forward, let's say, or Corey certified.
Corey's certified.
I would point them towards probably 3 Corey certified guitars in here.
3 guitars that have passed the Corey certification test.
The first, and this may come as no surprise to anybody, but this is the Yamaha FG9. I think these are unbelievable. If someone is looking for a great dreadnought with unbelievable sustain and volume and just tone, this is the Yamaha FG9M for mahogany. This guitar is wonderful. I can't say enough good things about it. I wish more people knew how good these guitars were and had the chance to play them because I love this guitar. I love FG9s, and I think these are awesome. My favorite things, I've probably talked about this before, but favorite things are the wood purfling inlay for the fret markers on the fretboard, what's the Saki style label on the inside. Washi paper.
Sake is a different drink.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's a drink.
And then the rope binding along the rosette and the edges, I think, are just super tasteful. So I love this guitar. This would absolutely be a Corey certified pick. And then the next one would be a guitar that I feel equally as strong about. And that is the Bedell 1964 Acoustic Shoppe exclusive. So you can only get this from us. I think we have 2 of these available. But this is, of course, mahogany, back and sides. And then we spruced it up. See what I did there? We spruced it up with a Adirondack spruce top. And we put a Mario Pru pickguard on here that we thought looked awesome. Finally, we have a 1 3/4 inch nut width with Evo fret wire, and you can usually tell Evo fret wire if you're looking closely by looking at the shade of the frets. They are a little bit more of a gold hue and tint to it.
Real quick, Rick P is asking, how much are the Yamahas?
Yamahas are right at $4,000, $3,999, I believe. This one is a little bit more. This one's $4,300, $4,299, but it does have a K&K pickup installed, a K&K Pure Mini, along with Evo fret wire. And as some of you may know, if you're going to go get your guitar refretted these days, you're looking, I mean, depending on where you're at, and maybe you know a guy too who you're comfortable with, but at least around here where we're at, refrets are looking like anywhere from $300 to $500. And getting Evo fret wire can spike that up even further because it's a more expensive material to source. And Evo fret wire wears way less easily, or it's much better wearing. I don't know what the way to describe that would be, but you can go a lot longer with Evo fret wire without getting any indentation in your frets. And I just think this is an unbelievable sounding guitar. Bedells are still a little under the radar. I don't know how, because their guitars are unbelievable. We have an unbelievable Brazilian rosewood and cedar fireside parlor here, as well as an all walnut fireside parlor here too. But as far as my personal Corey stamp of approval, I would go, I love this 1964 Dreadnought. It's almost exactly the sound I would be looking for out of a mahogany Dreadnought.
Couple more questions. Ronald Smith's asking, what do you think about the Yamaha LL16 ARE? So the mahogany LL16.
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I mean, all Yamahas are great. There's always the questions between like the 16 or the 26 or the Chinese versus Japanese made Yamahas. I find them to be remarkably close in build quality, structural quality, sound, tone. They do a great job in both of their manufacturing spots. So yeah, all Yamahas.
Heck
big
yeah.
Corey certified, big Yamaha guy.
Okay, big Yamaha guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll play this one a little bit because you guys have to hear this guitar. If you like mahogany Dreadnoughts, this is a great choice. That is an excellent guitar. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Nice.
3 exclamations.
Okay. Can I request real quick?
Yeah.
So we have a couple of questions, and then Donald Curtis is asking, could you play the E6OM and the E10OM for comparison?
Sure, yeah.
Let's see if we have those in here.
I think we should have both of those.
Tyler is grabbing one. Tyler does have a microphone now also. Tyler, if you want to say hi to the people, do it.
Hi, people. We we have a 6. I don't think we have a 10 OM.
Okay, so we don't have an E10 OM at this very second. So at the very least, I can kind of describe my subjective differences that I can see out of those. Tyler's holding up an E6 right here. So obviously, the big difference between these two guitars is going to be a Sitka top versus a Adirondack spruce top. Otherwise, they should be identical guitars. And I think Tyler could probably speak a little bit to the tonal differences between Sitka and Adirondack.
Yeah, I think both are great tone woods. I mean, Sitka kind of became the standard after Adirondack was getting scarce, and you know there's a reason for that because they are very similar. But the main differences I seem to always see between the two is Adirondack tends to have a little bit more projection, and I think a little bit more headroom than what Sitka does. I think Sitka hits a ceiling a little bit quicker than what Adirondack does.
Yeah, especially if you're a heavy strummer. Adirondack spruce also tends to be, and these aren't hard and fast truths.
No, not at all.
These are generalizations, I guess you could say. Adirondack spruce tends to have a little bit of extra note clarity on high registers, yes. I've noticed, whereas Sitka spruce does tend to be a little bit warmer. But if you're a person who has maybe a little bit of a slighter touch, or you're not really trying to dig in as much, a Sitka top can be an excellent, excellent option, because it gives you a little bit of everything and can kind of really, it's slightly warmer than an Adirondack top.
To interject real quick, Donald Curtis is also asking about the SS model for the E6. So what do you guys think about?
An E6 SS like double O or like dread size?
No, the dread one.
Well, we do have that, and we have a 10 that just came in for the
so
dreads.
We can do a little comparison between these two.
At least that and the OM, yeah.
So I have an E6 SS TC. I also have an E10 SS TC Sunburst.
I'll grab that.
So this is a Sitka topped guitar with mahogany back and sides and a slope shoulder.
He wants to hear the OM.
Oh, gotcha.
Here's that, and then I have the E6, right? E6 OM. So you can see that there's a little bit of a volume difference there between those guitars, but there are compromises, right? So with a shorter scale guitar, you tend to get a little bit more of a. I mean, there's less string tension, so you get a little bit of a difference there.
Show the back of that one first.
Oh my gosh, this is insane looking.
And then Donald,
do you guys see that? This awesome striping?
While Corey plays these, I believe later in the stream, if you would like to, you should be able to just, scroll back and forth between them. That way you can hear all 3 models.
Oh, that looks awesome. All right, this is an E10 SS TC Sunburst. So, Adirondack spruce. Yeah, so I can definitely tell a difference. I know we kind of did that a little out of order there, but with an E10, I definitely noticed that I can lay into it harder because I am a harder player, just me personally. Not so hard that I want to get out of getting good tone, but whenever you play bluegrass music, you do tend to have a little bit of a heavier hand. And with an Adirondack spruce top, I noticed that I can get a little extra clarity pushing it harder, a little extra volume and just kind of all-encompassing tone out of pushing it harder. I think that this tends to be a reason why you see a lot of pre-war Martins be so coveted in today's marketplace. Is because they obviously have age, but they also have that Adirondack spruce that a lot of people are looking for. So for my money and my personal preferences, I do tend to like an Addy top on a guitar. It's not an end-all be-all, but it is certainly a bonus, in my opinion.
Alrighty, I'm going to go back to some of these questions. By the way, I just wanted to remind everybody, if we don't answer one of your questions or we may not see it, the comments can sometimes go fast. Please just ask it again. For those that are kind of just joining us or didn't join us quite at the very beginning, please like this live stream. That would be very, very helpful. And we also have Tyler, real quick, is going to show off a vintage guitar and some used ones as well. So I think we're going to switch to Tyler.
Absolutely.
Real quick, Corey, you were asked, what model of pick are you using?
So it changes all the time. Right now I'm using this guy. A TAD 3R60.
Hang on, let me get it. There it is.
That is focusing on nothing, love it. No, it's
Yeah,
good.
this is a TAD 3R60. Yep, blue chip.
Nice.
I've got tone slabs in my other pocket over here that I use too. So yeah, just whatever I feel like for the day.
Donald said thank you, by the way, Corey. So thank you from Donald. And then you are now unmuted. They should be able to hear you.
All right, that was an awesome back on that one.
That was incredible. Yeah.
That looks incredible.
I don't know where Eastman's getting. We've gotten probably a dozen of these at this point of like 10s that have had backs like that.
Well, I bought one too.
Yeah, you have one of them.
I own an
and
E10.
I think you have
Oh
probably.
yeah, yours does look pretty crazy too.
Yeah, it looked awesome. I had to get it.
Heck yeah.
So this guitar, I think, this is a Gallagher, and I think it's probably the rarest Gallagher that I have ever seen.
Yeah.
It's upside down. It's a lefty G70M. So this is their slope shoulder, 12 fret, rosewood and Sitka spruce in a lefty. And this is a consignment that's just came in the store. And yeah, this was custom built. I don't remember the exact year, but in the 70s. But really cool guitar. Like I said, never seen a lefty of one of these.
It's in great shape, too.
Yeah.
Did somebody change it themselves?
No,
like,
he
after
custom ordered it
purchasing,
from
or
Gallagher as a
Gallagher
lefty.
made it?
So
Wow.
Gallagher made this as a
Okay.
lefty, which I know they've made lefties before, but not. I haven't seen another
Wow.
one of these, so it's kind of cool. Obviously, can't play it besides maybe like one chord,
Well, you are a lefty.
You are a
should be
lefty.
I am a
You
lefty.
got
I
it,
just,
you got it.
Yeah, I see if I can remember when I was like 11 when I got my first guitar. Sort of. Yeah. It's out of tune though.
Yeah.
But
We gotta get some lefties in here to show
Yeah.
off our stuff.
just play it upside down. But yeah, so that's a cool guitar for the lefties out there.
Heck yeah.
If you're looking for a vintage guitar, a boutique built guitar, this is a really good option. I've played some of the right-handed ones and got to experience those and know that the quality is still here even in what little I can play this one. So really cool guitar. Let me see, price on this one is, just so everybody knows, it is $32.49 is the price on this one.
It's a pretty good deal too on a
Nice.
50-year-old guitar.
Yeah, boutique built guitar at that too. So yeah, that's a really cool guitar.
Do you have any other really cool used stuff? I know that we sometimes neglect, I think, talking about used stuff here and there on New Guitar Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna
also
show-
we just get so many requests.
I mean, we don't have anything else that I think is just like super unique quite like that, but I was going to show off at least a couple more that we do have in.
Do it.
Yeah.
They're still new guitars to us.
Yeah, and
although
we
they are
haven't
used.
we haven't showed them off. This came in last week. This is it's a used Martin. This is a GPC 13. So grand performance body shape on this one. No pick guard. It's a Zeracody back inside. Really figured back on this one. Really cool looking wood. Zeracody's always super figured. Has a Fishman Sonotone, I believe, is the pickup that's in this one. Of course, it has your battery pack right here. And then if you can kind of see, it does have a tuner built in there. In the sound hole that will mute your pickup when you turn it on. So it's really nice. You've always got a tuner, very discreet. But yeah, this is a really cool guitar that came in. Used price on this one is $1049. But yeah, really fantastic. Just kind of modern, modern Martin guitar. So yeah, that's a really cool one that came in. Another used came in this week is a used Martin. It has a Fishman K&K Ultra Pure in it. This is a D18.
That's a great guitar.
Yeah, that's a standard, really great sounding guitar.
It's a good standard D18.
Yeah, just great standard D18. So yeah, it's everything you could ask for.
What year is that one, Tyler?
2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we did have this question a little bit earlier that I remembered. Somebody was asking, what pickup would you recommend? Specifically, one that doesn't have batteries is what they're looking for.
If you're going for no batteries, I think the K&K Pure Mini is just truly the best option.
Absolutely.
If you want a little bit of control, I'd recommend the version with a volume control. Still passive, but you do have a volume control if you do need to kind of whatever reason roll your volume off. If you're too hot or too quiet, that's a really great option. I have a K&K in one of my guitars, and I have a LR Baggs Hi-Fi on my other guitar, and I really like both of them. But if you're going no battery, the K&K Pure Mini is the absolute way to go.
Talk a little bit about the K&K Pure Mini,
Sure.
Because some people may not know how this works. But if we open it up and kind of take a look at what the actual pickup looks like and how the installation process goes, this is one of the easiest pickups to install either yourself or
install kit right there.
Yeah, so it comes with this little kind of jig, I guess you could say, that helps you line up the transducers to be where they're supposed to be at on the bridge plate. Mm-hmm. And then it has, you can see the actual pickup itself is very simplistic, which I think can be a great thing, especially since these days you can really do everything you want off board of the guitar.
Yeah.
So it has 3 transducers that can either be used with this putty that's in there, or you can super glue to the bridge plate. That makes it a little bit more permanent though, because if you try to scrape that off there at some point in the future, you could take away bridge plate material, which would be no good.
Yeah.
But as far as natural sound goes, they're excellent.
Sick. Couple more requests. So since we have both of you, this could actually work out really well. They're wanting to know your opinion of the Eastman AC33012 versus the Yamaha LL1612.
Sure.
I think that we have both of those 12 strings.
We just sold the Yamaha yesterday or day before.
Yeah, yesterday.
Dang.
Yeah, so somebody
Okay,
came in the store and got it yesterday.
No live
so I don't
comparison,
have that
I guess.
anymore.
But you can still share your opinions on both.
Yeah. So the LL1612, I believe, is what that one was. I mean, traditional kind of Yamaha style guitar. Of course, the traditional Yamaha pick guard and headstock. Still a kind of jumbo body guitar. Very form-fitting neck. I like the way that it played, and the action was set up really well too. And all of those things still hold true to the AC33012. As you can see, I have this guy here. This is a Sitka spruce top with a solid mahogany. That's a beautiful piece of mahogany yet again. Eastman outdoing themselves in the mahogany department. It has a bound fretboard, ebony fretboard, and ebony bridge. And then, it's. I think this is 1 7/8.
Something like that in that
inch
general ballpark.
nut width. So it is a bigger neck. That's something that's kind of hard to get away from whenever you're talking about 12 strings.
Got to have the space.
You obviously need more space, and most 12 strings are going to be that kind of bigger Bigger neck. Now this is still a really nice feeling neck, and they sound wonderful.
What I liked about the Yamaha, which isn't here, is it is just a slightly smaller body than just a full true jumbo. So if you think a jumbo is a bit too big, the Yamaha was great because it was kind of just a slightly smaller. I think it still may classify as a jumbo, but still not quite as big as Eastman's. And then Eastman also has their new 12-string Dread, which is really cool as well. So again, even a step smaller than the LL16 12-string is the Eastman 12-string Dread, the E1 Deluxe 12, I think is what it's called. So.
Real quick, before Corey plays this, can I ask you to grab an E6D TC if we have one?
I think we have one, the standard D.
TC.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let's see, I think we got one here. Yes, we do.
Sick. Okay, that's in the queue next. That's a request for y'all to pick on that. Pause for 12-string tuning.
Should we play the 6-string while we're waiting?
Corey's got it.
Yep.
Have to play this. It's out of tune a little bit. Yeah, so these are wonderful guitars. I mean, everything about them as far as their fit and finish, the way they play. This is, in my humble opinion, and I think John has said this before on many streams and things, this is one of the best 12-string guitars that you can get, just period. I think that these are absolutely fantastic. Anytime someone is asking me about a great 12-string option, it is this. This is what I point them towards.
All right, next request, E6D TC.
Yeah. So the E6D is another great, which I know we showed off the slope shoulder. This is just the standard square shoulder version, but played this one yesterday, and I was really blown away with it as well. Yeah, still a really powerful guitar. Yeah, I think the E10 is probably Eastman's most popular model that they make, and the 6 is another great option if you're wanting to save a little bit, or if you prefer the tone of Sitka. I know some people do. I know a lot of people, especially with a mahogany guitar, do prefer a Sitka top. So if that's something you're looking for $1,200, this is really hard to beat.
Really hard to beat.
All right. Next, we are pretty much wrapping up also, guys. If you have any more requests of guitars you want to see, you should put them in now. Vince is asking, has Jason gotten any new 10-year anniversary t-shirts? Not to my knowledge. I don't know if Jason's made any crazy new designs, honestly, recently.
I know it's in the works. I don't know I don't know of any designs that have been released or anything, but I do think it is in the works. That would be definitely a question for him. They keep that kind of close to the vest till it's time to get released.
But of course, merch, like new designs and stuff, they're always on the way. They're always kind of in the works.
Got to keep things exciting.
We try. Awesome. Okay, I think that we're good.
All right.
I can't unless you guys can think of a new instrument to show the folks.
Well, I think
I can't quite think of it.
I think that we showed quite a bit of some of our favorite stuff in the shop right now.
Yeah.
I know that we got in the new Sullivan banjos. John showed those off. Those are fantastic.
Yes.
Gibson mandolin.
We have, of course, well, before...
There should be a Deering 6-string.
Before
Is
we
that
go...
over here, correct?
Before we
I
go...
don't think that's over here.
Okay.
We got 2 Gibson mandolins in. One is already sold.
Yes, we do need to talk about
this
these.
Is, of course, the F5G, the famed F5G. These are incredible. For those of you out there who are mandolin players, I am not a great mandolin player, but I can try to play it a little bit for you so you can hear it. Gibson was able to get us a couple of these, and they are fantastic, as always. Man, there's something to be said, and I'm sure that folks out there who know about Gibson mandolins can attest to this, but there is nothing quite like a good bluegrass chop on a Gibson mandolin. They are fantastic, and this one is no different. It sounds awesome, and it's only going to get better, which is crazy. So.
A few more questions.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking, let's see. Somebody wants to see the Alvarez LF70E, as well as somebody asked, back to Alvarez, they would like to see a spruce or Adirondack top unit. The Alvarez LF70E will be.
We don't have any Alvarezes
Yeah, we don't
in
have
right now
any
with an
Adirondack topped
top.
Alvarezes in yet.
But with spruce, just regular
Yeah,
spruce.
pretty much everything we got is a regular spruce, except for that new all mahogany one. But this is the D70. This is in their daybreak finish, which I think is really cool. This
Do
kind
you
of
want to grab the
like-
LF70, Corey?
Oh, did they ask for the F or the D? I'm sorry.
The F.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But yeah, so I really dig this finish, which I'm sure is an option on the OM size as well. But I think it's super cool, and they sound great.
So this is the LF70E. This is a Alvarez guitar that I really love. So this is a little bit more on their traditional spec side. You have a LR Baggs Hi-Fi installed, Sitka spruce top, which is very thin. It's a very thin top.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
Corey, they're asking, Neil is asking specifically thoughts on the LF compared to an Eastman equivalent.
Yeah, so this is a Sitka top and
That literally would be like an E6.
Indian rosewood.
E8.
Right?
So this would be the equivalent of an E8 OM, which Eastman does in a thermocure. I do not believe that this one is thermocured, at least by its description. What you get out of these Alvarezes, though, is something really, I think, pretty special. These laureates are excellent. So they have this really responsive and present tone that is, you can be kind of sweet with it, and it just gives you everything you want. Sometimes whenever I play these guitars, they make me want to play a little bit sweeter, if that makes sense, because you don't have to put that much into it to really give it, for it to give you everything you need, and that's pretty cool. These Alvarezes have been a really welcoming surprise to me. My first guitar was an Alvarez, and I didn't have a chance at the time to play any of their kind of Alvarez higher end stuff, like the Laureate or anything like that, of course, at that time. And I'm really blown away. I think these are wonderful.
I feel as though that was a good note to end on. Thank you guys very much for joining us. NDA said enjoyed the show. Cheers from Saltillo. John Hicks said, thank you guys. You answered a lot of questions and talked about some product. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I had a good time. Hopefully everybody had a good time.
I hope that we are sufficient.
I hope that we are even 10% as good as John and Jason.
Yes.
If we are, please let us know. If we aren't, then I guess we'll find out either way.
Yeah,
because people will
please.
tell us.
Feedback is much appreciated.
Yeah.
LOL.
And if you are in the Springfield, Missouri area, come to our shop. Come check us out. We love talking to new people who travel from out of town or travel from in
Yeah,
town.
it's traveling season. Make your plans and come see us.
Make
That'd
your plans.
be cool.
Come talk to me
Come
and
talk to
Tyler.
Corey.
And we love talking to people. So
All
come
right.
check us out. And yeah,
Great
it was
job,
nice
guys.
talking to you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, I think that Trent's going to do another roller coaster thing.
No.
Is he going
Get
to do
ready.
it? He was doing it during the pre-roll.
Here he
There he
comes.
goes, up the hill. Whee! There he goes.